In the last video, I shared that me and my husband bought our second property investment, and today I will give you a full empty house tour and reveal our renovation plans. So come along. If you're new here, my name is Linnea and I'm an architect who have set out on a quest together with my husband to renovate 11 homes to see if we can build a sustainable real estate business that doesn't compromise the well-being of people and our planet. As you enter into our apartment, you arrive in a pretty small hallway. It's actually more like a corridor off of which all the other rooms sit. Currently, it has a couple of wardrobes and they're in pretty bad condition, and the wallpaper, as you can see, needs to be replaced. So we are going to tear down all the wallpaper and we're going to paint the room in a lighter neutral color. Then we're also going to replace the flooring by tiling the first section so that if you come in with muddy boots or jackets that are wet, you have a good floor that can easily be cleaned. And then the rest of the space, we will place the floors with a wood flooring that we will have the same in the rest of the apartment. Except from that, we're also going to remove the existing wardrobes. They're in too bad condition to save. And instead we're gonna build in a new solution closer to the door that will be a bit more narrow and quite tall to create some good storage. And right by the door we will try to find some beautiful coat and shoe rack that sits in the style of the apartment, because in general we're going for an area apartment with a mid-century modern touch, because this building is actually built in the 50s, so we've always tried to mirror the style of the building that we're in with the style that we renovate our apartment in. At the same time, this needs to be neutral enough for someone else to create their own twist. The first bedroom off the hallway is one of the bedrooms. It's the smaller one of the two, and when you walk in you realize right away that it's a pretty narrow and worn out space. But has this gorgeous view out to this park and forest that sits just right next to our building. Here we are going to, like in hallway, replace the old existing worn out wardrobe, and we're going to create this built-in solution that wraps around the door so that when you enter into the room it feels like going through a tunnel that is narrow, and then contrasting it with opening up into a larger space. Except from that, we're once again removing the wallpaper and we're going to paint the walls either in this kind of soft blue or green color, and then paint the wardrobes in a darker tone of that same color. We're not quite sure if we want to go green or blue. If you have any ideas, please leave a comment below, because we definitely need some help to pick the right color here. The last thing we're going to do is replace the plastic floors with a hardwood flooring, and in general we're gonna try to create a relaxing, calm atmosphere by adding some terracotta bedding, some natural woods, and try to create a feel that reminds of these pictures. The second bedroom will actually become our home office. Both me and my husband work from home. He is a software developer and I still actually work for 2 Swedish cities, helping them to find ways to address their social sustainability challenges. And just like the other bedroom, this is currently a fairly narrow and worn out room, but with this gorgeous view. So what we're gonna do is to tear down this wardrobe wall and instead build a more narrow wall that sits closer to the other bedroom, making that one smaller and this one bigger. We still need wardrobes, but we're gonna place them along this darker back wall and probably not put in as much wardrobe space that they had before. Apart from that, we're once again gonna remove the wallpaper and paint this room quite bright and neutral, and instead of putting a lot of color on the walls, we're going to work with the furniture and the decor to bring in color, to bring in life through plants and art, because we need this to be an inspiring space that will help us to focus and feel creative in our work. And to be really honest, I think this is the room I'm the most excited about. I've never had an office that I've designed for myself, so this will become the first one, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. Next to the office, and probably in the future a bedroom, we have the living room. And the living room is actually the only room in the apartment that has beautiful floors. However, they have some water damages, so we will not be able to keep them, unfortunately. Instead, we're going to replace them with the same hardwood flooring that we will have in the rest of the apartment. Apart from that, we're going to open up this wall to create an access into the kitchen, and with the remaining wall, we're going to build this kind of custom built-in solution that will frame our TV and also house some storage so that it becomes a bit more of a statement piece in this space. We're also going to paint that wall in an accent color and let the rest of the walls be this more neutral color. I think this is a great way to work with a home that you're planning to sell fairly soon. You can add some color in but still keep it neutral enough so that the next potential owner doesn't feel scared of having to repaint all the walls in your apartment. We're also going to change out some of our existing furniture because, as I mentioned before, we're aiming for this mid-century modern feel to the home, and some of our existing furniture doesn't really match that style. So follow along and see what we find as really great secondhand options for what we have today. I truly love planning and renovating the kitchens, and in this apartment we are aiming to find a secondhand kitchen to replace this existing one that is falling apart and actually smelling pretty bad. We are going to extend this wall so that we can put in a larger L-shaped kitchen that doesn't feel as crammed as this U-shaped current solution. We also hope that this L-shaped kitchen will help to create space for a great social island where family and friends can gather, because just like in the living room, the kitchen has a great view out of the ocean. So to be able to sit around in the kitchen, have a social atmosphere, but also watch the ocean is something we're really hoping for. Beyond that, we haven't actually decided so many details for the kitchen. I think we're trying to wait until we have found the second-hand kitchen that we will install to see how that feels and what that gives to the space. Lastly, we're entering into the section of the apartment that I call the self-care and hygiene section. Here you can currently find a small bathroom and a small space with a couple of closets. And the idea here is to create a connection between these two spaces without having to do a complete renovation of them both. So the idea is to keep the bathroom as it is, but put microconcrete on top of the tiles to make this room feel more modern, and try to find a pigment for the microconcrete that will become a bit more warm than this quite cold mint color that currently can see. We're also moving the current shower into this other corner so that we can create a bit more space for a bigger vanity and some better storage. The idea in general for the bathroom is to create a space that feels relaxing. So I'm also gonna try some new ways to use plants and textiles in this space. To then extend the bathroom, as I call it, we're going to turn this current wardrobe room into a laundry and beauty space. To do so, we're going to put the same tile on the floor as we will have in the hallway, so that you can walk easily with wet feet between the bathroom and this space. We're also going to remove the current wardrobes and make a new built-in solution that can fit both a dryer and a washer, and a countertop where you can both fold laundry, or a place where you can sit down and do your hair and makeup if someone else is in the shower occupying the bathroom. In this space, we're going a bit more with some green colors and some woods to create this relaxing feel and calming feel, just like in the bathroom. That was it for today's house tour, and I would love to hear your thoughts on our renovation plans. Is there anything you really are excited to see, or something that you would do differently? Please let me know in the comments below. And we have actually already started working on the office and the bedroom, so in the next video I'm going to show you a bit of our progress working with those two spaces. So if you don't want to miss that, consider subscribing to my channel, and if you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, and I see you in the next one.